Well, anyone who comes here discovers an enormous construction site, the sites of many, many football pitches, where they're building a new nuclear reactor. It's called Hinkley Point C. It's going to essentially power millions of homes with safe, reliable nuclear energy, which is that base load of energy that we need. And we're working very closely with our French colleagues and EDF. To get this built. On these big-scale reactors, and there's a speciality that Britain dropped out of, I have to say, largely through Labour governments, because all the reactors that still function today were all commissioned by Conservative governments. So there was a political fight over it. I know they now say that they're in favour of nuclear civil power. They weren't for many decades. Not enough new ones got built. I'm the first Secretary of State to put money into nuclear, to Sizewell C, for nearly 40 years, getting on that way. So I think it's a shame there was a hiatus. There was. I can't turn the clock back. What we can do is focus on the nuclear power of the future. That's things like small modular reactors that Rolls-Royce and others specialise in. So I predict Britain's going to have a renaissance, perhaps not in this mega scale, very complex and very time-consuming ones to build, but a very smaller scale, exportable small modular reactors, which I think are more the future. We're going to see the energy prices start to come down. But my job as Energy Security Secretary, despite what Putin's done in Ukraine, despite the way he's screwed everybody's energy bills, is to make sure that we are resilient enough that we have our own power, which is why we're building 2 new nuclear stations, and our own renewable power, which is why we lead the world when it comes to offshore wind. We have the world's largest offshore wind farm in the North Sea, and the second largest, and the third largest, and we're building the 4th. There are areas that we really lead in, but we need nuclear as well, because if the sun isn't shining, and you're not getting solar, and the wind isn't blowing, you're not getting wind, you need that base load of nuclear as well. So my job is to bring bills down for everyone, and that is what I'm focused on doing.